5th Canto, Chapter 18, the residents of Jambudvipa offer prayers. Text 5 and 6. O Lord, although you are completely detached from the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of this material world, and are not directly affected by these activities, they are all attributed to you. We do not wonder at this, for your inconceivable energies perfectly qualify you to be the cause of all causes. You are the active principle in everything, although you are separate from everything. Thus, we can realize that everything is happening because of your inconceivable energy. At the end of the millennium, ignorance personified assumed the form of a demon, stole all the Vedas, and took them down to the planet of Rasatala. The Supreme Lord, however, in his form of Hayagriva, retrieved the Vedas and returned them to Lord Brahma when he begged for them. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord, whose determination never fails. So Lord Shiva is continuing his prayers to Lord Vishnu. And here he points out that Krishna is detached from whatever is happening in this material world, creation, maintenance, annihilation, and so on. And he is not directly affected by these activities. He has created this material world only for us who have been creating a disturbance in the spiritual world. The moment we got a mentality of creating in the spiritual world, he sent us down here. And what is a mentality of disturbing a spiritual world? The mentality is me, I, instead of Krishna, Krishna. So because we got the slightest thought about me instead of about Krishna, knowing that we will be a disturbance in the spiritual world, he sent us down here. Because in the spiritual world, in the spiritual milieu, everyone is only all the time thinking of how to serve Krishna. And the amazing thing is, at the same time, everything is available to everyone. Because the wish-fulfilling desire trees are there, the houses are all built of these gems, Chintamani gems. Everyone gets everything, whatever they desire. But everyone is acting according to its true spiritual nature. Just like the hand is acting according to its nature as part of the body. The hand is always fulfilling the desire of the body for food or whatever else the body wants. Push this away, pull it here, put this into your mouth, scratch here, do this, do that. Whatever the body wants, the hand does. And the hand feels blissful doing this. The hand also feels nice, but only when it's doing something in connection with the body and according to the body's desire. And a hand which doesn't do what the body wants is considered disease, and you go to the doctor immediately to get the hand cured. So, if there is one part of the spiritual world where there is one, that is us, you and me, we were apart, we got disease. Suddenly we said that let me do something for myself. So Krishna immediately cuts off that part and sends it to the material world, which he has specially created for our purpose. So he is not concerned with that, because this is the place for the diseased entities. He spends all his time with the healthy entities, those who are nicely serving him, because they feel very happy with them. With him, he feels very happy with them. They feel very happy with him. He feels very happy with them, and their happiness keeps on increasing. And the diseased parts need to be cured, so he sends it to the hospital. Now, the hospital is not a great place of enjoyment for him, but he is so merciful that he keeps that in the hospital also he is with us all the time. He's behind the whole thing. He's created it, he's maintaining it, he's dissolving it, but not directly. He does it through his agents. He doesn't want to be directly here. Similarly, he's present in us through Paramatma. He himself doesn't come here. As his expansion Paramatma, he's all the time watching what we are doing. And he's just waiting for the time when we want to pay attention to him. And immediately he's here. That means every time we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, every time we feel the presence of Krishna, anywhere, anytime, 24/7, he comes immediately. Paramatma informs him, hey, listen, this person is thinking of you. Immediately he comes. He's there with us. So we think of him, he'll be with us. We call his name, he'll be with us. See how blissful and wonderful it is. So this is the secret of happiness, that let us all the time somehow or the other try to think of him and Krishna will come. Until then, he's detached and he's here only in Paramatma form, or in the form of his external energy, material energy. This is the way of bliss. All this knowledge is given in the Vedas, which are very confidential. And from this sixth verse, we learn how when the demons steal the Vedas and take them down to Rasatala, this happens when everyone is in mode of ignorance, where they don't value Vedic knowledge, then the demons will take them away, they'll disappear somewhere. And because Vedic knowledge is very valuable, it is not meant for, people who don't want it. And amazingly, the demon who stole it, he knew the value of the Vedas. He knew that the Vedas were so important and that the human beings in the material world, the living entities in the material world, with the Vedas, they would be able to defeat the demons all the time. So knowing the value, he stole them and took them down. So then, who does Krishna choose for distributing this knowledge again when there are people who are ready to listen? It is Lord Brahma. Because Lord Brahma is a trustworthy representative of the Supreme Lord. So this is the way of the parampara. That when someone gives you knowledge in the parampara, you must be a trustworthy representative. You must take the knowledge and not misuse it. Whatever knowledge, Vedic knowledge we are getting from the parampara, we must use it in the proper way, not for our own sense gratification, but for the pleasure of Krishna and for the parampara. We must always be very loyal to the parampara. We must not have two faces. We must not be diplomatic with the parampara. When we got knowledge from someone, we must be absolutely loyal to them, not have kutinati, diplomacy, all these things, but very faithfully represent the parampara and give the knowledge as they've taught us and never betray them in any way. And this means we'll be trustworthy. And if we are trustworthy to the Lord's representatives, then the Lord will trust that he'll be trustworthy to them. This is another secret of happiness and success. So be trustworthy to your parampara and all the time keep on trying to remember Krishna. That is the only way to get Krishna to us. Otherwise, he will stay only as Paramatma. Paramatma will be only a neutral witness and he will let us do what we want and he will let us suffer what we want. But if we want to be protected, then we need Krishna directly. And Krishna comes when we think of him and remember him, and the moment we forget him, he disappears. It is not that Krishna will stay with us 24 hours a day. He will stay with us only for all those seconds when we are thinking of him. So let us think of him 24/7, by 365, so that he'll always be with us. And that is bliss. And it is power also. We wonder, you just see the lives of Guru Maharaj or His Holiness Jayapataka Swami or Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, because we've got the details of these Vaishnavas' lives in our parampara. From these details, have you noticed how each of them was expert in all subjects? Bhakti Vinod Thakur was a top-class judge, magistrate. He was a top-class administrator of the Puri temple. He was a top-class family man. And then he was top class in preaching. He was top class in management, in devising the Namahatta system. He was top class in translating the Vaishnava literature and in presenting it to the English-speaking world. He was equally top class in convincing the Mayavadis and defeating them in the non-English speaking world. Everything he did was perfect. Look at Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Same way. He set up the Gaudiya Math with 108 temples. And he was top class in every single thing, as you can see from his life. He was expert. He knew everything. He was expert in management and in printing and in all sorts of things. And then Srila Prabhupada, his expertise is also legendary, and similarly Guru Maharaj. So how did all of them get their expertise? Very simple reason is they remember Krishna all the time. So what happens is we don't need that expertise to be learnt. Actually, we learn means the hardware we try to learn it. But actually what we need to do is to just be a blank. And when we're remembering Krishna, Krishna will give us whatever knowledge we need to do those, whatever we are doing perfectly. That is a secret. And this secret openly Krishna has declared in Bhagavad Gita, that Mata Smritir Jnanam Apohanam Cha. He said, knowledge, remembrance, forgetfulness, everything comes from me. This is a broad hint is given and we don't notice it. That means anything you want to do, you don't know how to do it. If you're remembering Krishna, you will be able to do it. But not that you're just remembering Krishna in order to be able to do it. You are remembering Krishna out of love for him, and Krishna will give you all those capabilities. So, this is a secret. So many students are worried about how they will get good marks. So many workers are worried about how they will get a good increment and promotion. And so many housewives are worried about various things. And so many parents are worried about how they will look after their children. The secret is, if you remember Krishna all the time with love, then Krishna will give you the capabilities to do anything. Just use the secret in your life and see what it brings to you. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Thus end the commentary of Vijay Venugopal Das on the translation, on the purports, translation purports to Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, chapter 18, the residents of Jambudvipa offer prayers, text 5 and 6, which will be followed by the commentary by Prema Padmani Devi Dasi. Hare Krishna.